question mark on when centers can open, with the government.
Yeah.
With the governor's office, not having, a direct answer of when we can actually officially start doing programming and activities.
Well, Mike, why don't I do something like this? I'll say something like, Mike, I was surprised to see that article in the paper on Monday morning, and then you can just kind of gently address it from that angle, okay?
Right.
Millers, I want to keep
Sure.
this all. And good morning, Newton Falls. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Lynch. I'm the city manager here in Newton Falls, Ohio, and this is our morning update. We have our morning update now only on Tuesdays and Friday mornings at approximately 7:30. Every morning we like to start right at 7:30, but we have to establish connections with YouTube and Facebook and Spectrum, and there are a number of technical things that all need to fall into place all at the very same time. And so our general start time is around 7:30, and we run about 15 minutes, a chance to give an update as to what's happening here in Newton Falls. There are a lot of statewide and national issues, but we like you to have a local perspective, and that's the reason for this update. Certainly there are things that are unique to our community, so we want to talk about them on this morning update, Tuesdays and Fridays at 7:30. Well, folks, we've got a lot of exciting things going on, and perhaps one of the most exciting is that tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, so set your alarms and get the coffee brewing, folks. At 8 o'clock, we will have a ribbon cutting for the brand new playground equipment going on over there at our community park, right near the pavilion. And the location for this equipment was mostly determined by the idea that we want to be closer to the pavilion where people are having organized events, and also closer to the restrooms. And that beautiful new set of playground equipment is brought to you courtesy of two things. One is a grant of about $40,000 from the state of Ohio, and $30,000 for the quasi-matching funds from the city of your Newton Falls. So thanks to City Council and to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. And now I see up on the video is basketball, which is my cue to tell you about our next topic, which is that basketball is coming back on Monday. The state of Ohio has indicated that we can put the hoops back up Monday morning. And I've been watching Facebook full of all kinds of posts about why don't we have basketball? We should have basketball. We need basketball. And I agree entirely, but we've been waiting for the state of Ohio to give us that permission now. They have not given us the specific guidelines, but they have announced that beginning Monday, we can put the hoops up. So we are going to do so. So all I can say is to all the hoopsters out there, enjoy. And here's another topic of great interest before we get to our first guest. We are going to be seeing tonight, actually today at noon and then open until 9 o'clock, the opening of the dining room at Big D's. You know, folks, it is one of the most popular restaurants in Northeast Ohio. Award-winning burgers. They've got that gigantic burger challenge, which is, Big D's answer to all the cardiologists in Northeast Ohio. But in addition to that, they have an unbelievable fish fry that happens to be on Fridays. But Big D's Dining Room is opening up today, and it has been sorely missed. And I might congratulate the folks, Mr. Dillon, over at Big D's, because of the fact that they're actually opening the dining room earlier than we thought. We are anticipating somewhere around the very 1st of July. And here we are having it open up right here in the middle of June. So congratulations to them, and that is fantastic. Well, with all the good news blossoming all over Newton Falls, on Monday there was an article in the Tribune Chronicle, the newspaper we call the Trib. It caught me a little bit off guard because there were some other pieces that were yet to fall into place, and yet good news just sprung forth right from the pages of the newspaper. And that is because there was an article talking about Scope opening up in Newton Falls. What a great announcement for Newton Falls seniors who won't have to travel to Lordstown anymore. So I thought it would be apropos for us to have on our live line the director of Scope, the man who knows everything about senior services, much beloved here in the Mahoning Valley, and that is Mike Wilson. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. How are you doing?
Fantastic. We are beginning to see, I refer to all these great things as the little crocuses that poke their heads up in the spring to bring us some good news. And certainly what we've been hearing about Scope is some pretty good news as well. Mike, what's going on with reference to this?
Well, Well, thank you. We're really excited. I'm glad to hear about your basketball hoops being able to go up and your dedication for your park, because you're certainly going to be able to help children and families in your
Sure.
community in Newton Falls. And I'm personally really excited. Big D's is getting ready to open up. I've got to tell you that, Dave, too. Whenever I visit Newton Falls, it's one of the places we love to go if I
Oh,
want to get a
sure.
great burger. And we're excited about what we can do for our mature citizens of southwestern Trumbull County. And the concept of trying to do regional senior centers is something that we've been looking at along with the other organizations that we work with and some of our funding sources. And when the opportunity came, thanks to you and your new building that you're doing for your municipal building, to try to have a senior center, if you want to call it that, or a community
Sure.
center that's located in that, and that's to have some senior activities. Scope has been around for 58 years doing programming and activities, starting, matter of fact, Trumbull County was the first ever that happened that way. It happened 58 years ago
My
at the
goodness.
YWCA building in downtown Warren, which is where we're located at with our Warren Center. We've now grown to 6 senior centers located across Trumbull County. We also have programs in other counties too. So the Lordstown, it's been a great center for us for years. We've been in the back of the elementary school of Lordstown, and there's no air conditioning in it because it's part of the old joint vocational school that they had back there. And back in the area didn't have any air conditioning, and that's something that we certainly need with our seniors. Either that or we're not going to have very many attending during the real hot days of summertime.
Yeah.
So with that and working with the school system there, we had contacted Lordstown and told them that we needed to look at moving. Half our people that were attending our Lordstown Center were from outside Lordstown. And we saw a growing trend of people from Newton Falls coming over to participate with our programming and everything. And that's where the conversations ended up talking to you and others, is could we do something and work out a partnership with Newton Falls?
Well, that is just wonderful. I understand also that where Scope goes, also goes silver sneakers. And not everybody knows what a silver sneaker is, Mike, and it's not an octogenarian cat burglar. What is a silver sneaker?
Yeah, Silver Sneakers is an exercise program that is available through Medicare providers. And there's a couple of them that are out there for different Medicare providers, but most of the Medicare providers provide it where it's a free exercise service, where seniors can take classes and get exercise program. And you've got an excellent trainer over in Newton Falls that we've used in Lordstown and some of my other Scope senior centers.
Yeah, she is great.
And Karen is from Newton Falls, so she does a great job. And I know you've got a good group of people that get done bouncing around between different facilities.
Sure.
So this would be great to have one place where everybody could take advantage of that type of programming. And we're excited about that. The other thing that comes to mind is we also are able then to work with the Office of Elderly Affairs on getting the lunch program, the congregate site, to be located. That the nice kitchen you have in your new building will be perfect for us to work out of, to be able to provide seniors lunches. And I think the lunches only cost like $2.25 for a nice lunch. It's usually a 3-ounce entree and all the sides and everything and trimmings that come with it, Dave. So, that's a very important thing. And we were actually using our own minibus to pick up people from Newton Falls to take them to Lordstown in order for them to be able to eat lunch and have their meal. And sometimes, unfortunately, Dave, it could be the only meal that they're actually getting in some cases. A lot of times on weekends, we would actually have cold cuts or cold entrees or frozen entrees that could be used, so some of the seniors could have a chance to eat during the weekend too. So there's a lot of good things that Scope does behind the scenes. A lot of people think of our centers and they think of the fun stuff, Dave, that we do, like bingo and the card playing and mahjong and the exercise programs that we do. But they don't always think of the supportive services that Scope can do, and that's behind the scenes where we can help seniors with their Medicaid information, their prescriptions. We can help them with those things. We can help them if they're having issues financially. We have financial services that can assist.
Sure.
And then we can also refer them to any other agency or organization in the community in the Mahoning Valley that is working on programming that could assist seniors or those that are disabled or just plain those that are in need, Dave. And that's what Scope can bring to the table, and we're very proud of that.
Gee, Mike, that's a wonderful litany of services for our seniors. And now it looks like citizens in Newton Falls that otherwise had to go to Lordstown as the next nearest location will have all these services in their own backyard. Mike, it's wonderful. We thank you for all that you've done for Scope, expanding it over the years, making it further accessible, and now finding a way for a convenient air-conditioned location right here in our own backyard in Newton Falls. Mike, thanks so much for what you've been doing.
No, and thank you, and thanks to the city of Newton Falls. You know, that story came out a little earlier than what we expected it to.
Yeah.
But it's still positive, as you mentioned in your opening, Dave. And we think it's positive. It's just I didn't get a chance to come to your council meeting. I didn't get a chance to really thank everybody behind the scenes that have been working. It's just the fact that it came out through the Lordstown, when the Lordstown School Board met. Of course, the reporter was there, a very good reporter from the Trib.
Sure.
And the Tribune, and just brought it out. And we're working on the final details right now with you and getting everything lined up to do it. And really, with the state of Ohio and the senior centers are still closed officially in the state, you know, that threw us off because you and I really had tried to plan on trying to get us open as we're speaking, you know.
Sure.
And with all that happening and not knowing when we can actually officially start doing socialization programming and the lunches and all that stuff, it kind of threw us off on the timing, and some things got ahead of it.
Sure. Well, I'm sure that's the case, but the bottom line is all good news, Mike. And thanks for everything that Scope does for our community. And Mike, peace, good health to your family. And then we'll round back again so you can make that presentation to our council and our community. All right, Mike?
Absolutely, Dave. And to everybody out there, we're all excited that we're going to be able to operate the senior center within your building and help the seniors of southwestern Trumbull County. Because we're looking at a regional thing, but we know the citizens within Newton Falls are really going to love some of the programming and the opportunity to get together.
Yeah, well,
stay healthy.
I know that they will, Mike. All right, you have a great weekend. Thanks.
You too.
And that is Mike Wilson, and Mike is with Scope, an organization that is really famous for creating services for seniors. It's not an easy thing to be in a position where you're serving people because you have to have a place to do it that's convenient, that is a draw for them. You know, you can provide all the services in the world, but if people don't come to the center that you've established, then they're not going to participate in those services. So now there's a way for things to be a lot more convenient for Newton Falls. Well, we are definitely going to switch gears here right now because we're bringing back a guest that we had on once before because she has news. And that's the head of Heritage Accord that's working in our community center, Connie Smith-Talcott.
Good morning.
Yeah, hi, Connie. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
It's great to have you on our live line again. And one of the reasons I'm excited is you are now moving ahead with the progress of helping us realize our dream of the restoration and reopening of that beautiful Type A USO building, otherwise identified as our community center. And I understand that you actually, before I get to the other piece of news, you actually had some personal communication with our congressman just recently. Tell us about that.
I did, and it was very kind of him to call, and we explained the project, and he has made a commitment to be a partner with us in getting this done. Of course, it will take a little bit of time as
and
most
money.
Government grants do, and money
Yeah.
of trying to get this through any kind of government grants. But we're thrilled to have his endorsement.
Yeah, that's so outstanding to hear that Congressman Tim Ryan is linking arms with Heritage Accord. and with everybody else in our community. There have been so many people have been involved. It's just an exciting thing, and we're looking forward to the realization of that dream for that USO Type A building. But in order to bring about, gin up the excitement and interest people in contributing and participating, you've had a very professional promotional spot prepared for everybody to realize what you're up to. And with your permission, Connie, I'm just going to ask Tom and our production unit to go ahead and roll that right now, and then we'll talk about it when it's done, all right?
That'd be fabulous.
Okay, let's take a look at this Heritage Accord Community Center video.
Heritage Accord has just embarked upon the journey of preserving the Newton Falls Community Center. While exploring its past, we remain ever mindful of its contribution to the future of Newton Falls and the surrounding communities. We are very excited about the endless possibilities available for this much-loved local gathering place. When approaching the Newton Falls Community Center, you could hardly imagine its enormous historical and local significance. From its creation in 1941 and through 1945, this building was the site of America's very first United Service Organizations facility. Specifically built to serve not only our military men and women, but also civilian defense workers from the nearby Ravenna Ordnance Plant. It was also the very first in the nation to remain open 24/7 and provide services through its Dawn Patrol program. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2018, this landmark is one of only 4 known original Type A USO buildings remaining in the United States. It is the only one of its kind surviving in the state of Ohio. The Type A building was designed in the international style of architecture, which is especially distinctive with its severely utilitarian facade, flat lobby roof, and ribbon windows. Step into the lobby and you will notice one of the earliest examples of rectilinear form. This architectural form involves light top plane surfaces that have been completely stripped of applied ornamentation, creating an innovative and open interior space. We are extremely fortunate that most of the original USO lobby furniture remains in the building today. The flanking wings of the structure contain the lounges, offices, showers, restrooms, and a kitchen. Directly behind the lobby is the large 2,200 square foot auditorium or social hall. At the back of the auditorium is the stage for live performances. For nearly 80 years, this building has stood as a testament to our community, by not only reminding us of its noble past, but also providing citizens with a venue for a variety of activities throughout the years. The overall goal of Heritage Accord is to rehabilitate and preserve the Newton Falls Community Center, in order to honor its historic original use as a USO building while maintaining its structural and architectural integrity. Our goal is also to provide a safe, affordable, multi-generational facility to be enjoyed by local residents and visitors alike. Undoubtedly, this project will take some time, and it will require a large amount of money. Yet Heritage Accord is wholeheartedly committed to completing the mission.
Well, Connie, that is an outstanding production, and I'm sure that's going to attract an awful lot of people to increase the level of excitement and therefore attraction. And also, I think, Connie, on a national basis, that kind of video is going to get somebody with a soft spot in their heart for our military folks and wanting to reach out to them from all across the nation and across the world to do something to make sure that your project is completed. So I congratulate you on that. And Connie, what drove you to have that video prepared, and what's the background about its initiation?
Look, thanks for asking. We want to bring more broader awareness of the project and the building itself. And it was the clip itself, or the video itself, was the idea of Ron Stoner. He's a local resident and studied commercial art and advertising at YSU. And Ron reached out to his nephew, Kyle Stoner, and they worked together on the composition of the clip. Now, we're fortunate to have Kyle Stoner on our team. He's produced the clip, and he owns a company called The Strange Road, located in Columbus, Ohio, and he's a producer and production manager.
Sure.
That's also Kyle's voice doing the voiceover on the clip.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly
And
wonderful. And as we're talking about your efforts regarding the community center, obviously the COVID-19 sort of put a damper on your activities, but I can tell you're getting ginned up again. Tell me what's new on the horizon. What's next for you folks in terms of your next steps?
well, we're going to continue to work to network with folks who are interested in the project. Again, bring awareness. And we are just about ready to mail out our requests for proposals to local architects so we can go ahead and move forward. We don't have to necessarily meet face-to-face with those folks. We can mail out our RFP, ask for them to quote the project, and then we'll make a decision, I suspect, in the next couple of months.
Well, I know that's music to the ears of the citizens of Newton Falls, to our city council, to all the people that want to partner with you, the folks from the Preservation Foundation who have done so much good work towards achieving this goal, who are locking arms with the rest of us in marching forward to realize this goal. And we just thank you. You know that the lines of communication are open to the city manager's office. And if anybody has questions for me about how we're going to assist in this, the number is 330-872-0806. And Connie, your email was up on the screen there just for a minute. Tom, if you can put that back. Folks, get a hold of Connie and let her know what it is you want to do. We need help in a number of areas. And eventually, as Connie identifies the specifics of the restoration, the financial part of it is going to become apparent, and I'm sure there'll be fundraisers and events and things of that nature. And Connie, you'll accept help from all quarters, won't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, it's going to take a village.
Yeah, right. Well, we happen to be one, so we'll be there for you. Connie, thank you, bless you, and your outstanding team of professionals. And this morning briefing extends a constant welcome to you to come anytime so we can promote what you're doing, get us to the next steps, and also to make sure we draw in the community as we do move together to get this done. Congratulations, Connie. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye now.
All right. That was Connie Talcott from Heritage Accord, who are leading the charge. They actually have an agreement with the city that gives them the permission to do what it takes to get that building up and running again, and not just up and running, but restored and preserved and put together in such a way that it can continue in a vibrant fashion in terms of maintenance. You know, it's one thing just to fix up a building, but then after it's fixed up, it's got to be maintained. And, you know, that is an historic building. And there are some special requirements if we're going to make sure that when people walk into the building, that they can see themselves surrounded by the environment when that building was glowing back in the 1940s as a place not just for servicemen, but uniquely to Newton Falls as a place that took care of those that were part of the war effort from a manufacturing standpoint as well. People that were over at the manufacturing plants where Camp Garfield is right now. It was a time when all of our nation's brothers and sisters pulled together in order to defeat the Axis powers that threatened to take away our liberty and enslave us all to the dictatorship of the Nazis and the Japanese peril. So it's very important to us. So thanks to Connie Talcott, Heritage Accord, of course, the Preservation Foundation, Lisa Horrig. We're all on the same page, folks, and we are going to need your help. Well, speaking of help, as I get to the end of these broadcasts, I always say, turn to our Heavenly Father for help. When we started doing these morning briefings, we were looking down an awful dark tunnel of what the COVID-19 was going to do to us and to our community. but we kept the faith. So that means continuing the faith. You know, the good Lord doesn't just want to hear from us in tough times when we need his help. Prayers of thanks are in order as well. And man, it seems like this weekend we have plenty to be thankful for. That means make sure you're at that ceremony tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, over at our community park by the smaller pavilion, where we'll have a ribbon cutting dedicating that brand new, spectacular ODNR assisted playground equipment. And by the way, our finance director, Anna Musson, played a pivotal role in making sure we got that grant. So shout out to Anna. Nice job. Anna Musson, the finance director, who has brought to Newton Falls the first certification in terms of a CAFR and winning of the highest financial reporting and transparency award that a municipality can receive, the only other village in the state of Ohio to win that award for transparency, accuracy, and efficiency in financial accounting came to Newton Falls. Only to one other village in the history of the state of Ohio has that happened. Anyways, enough tooting our own horn. As I say at the end of each one of these broadcasts, God bless America and God bless the city of Newton Falls.